Good morning. Having to change things up just a little bit this morning. Running a little late. Had trouble getting on the computer this morning for some reason. It asked for my password and had to go look it up. Couldn't remember it. Did you ever do that? Did you ever think about how our gifts please God? Well, in Philippians, the 4th chapter, verse 18, it says this, according to Paul. He said, "Indeed, I have all, and abound I am full, having received from Epaphroditus the things sent from you, a sweet-smelling aroma, an acceptable sacrifice, well-pleasing to God." I was reading a little illustration here that was written by a gentleman by the name of Brian Campbell up in Illinois. He thought it was gifts pleasing to God. He said, "One of the things my father taught all of his sons was how to use a cross-cut saw. His daddy and his daddy's daddy had taught it their sons. And my father was not going to let this rite of passage for rural Southern manhood end with him. One brisk fall morning, we began sawing on a log that we did not know how rotten it was. It was rotten to the core. And when he had just sawed partially through the log, it split and fell off the sawing frame. The timber hit the ground so hard, a large piece was sheared off the rotten log. In my childhood imagination, the unusual shape of the sheared off piece looked like a horse's head. It so captured my interest that I took it home with me after that day of sawing. For my father's next birthday, I attached a length of 2x4 board to the log head, attached a rope tail, and stuck on some sticks to act as legs. Then I halfway hammered in a dozen or so nails down the 2x4, put a bow on it, and presented it to my father. When he took off the wrapping, he smiled and said, "Thank you, it's wonderful. What is it?" "It's a tie rack, Dad," I said. "See, you can put ties on those nails going down the side of the horse's body." My father smiled again and thanked me. Then he leaned the horse against his closet wall because the stick legs could not keep it up, standing up straight. And for years he used it as a tie rack. Now, when I first gave my father that rotten log horse tie rack, I really thought it was good. In my childish mind, this creation was a work of art, ready for the Metropolitan Museum. But as I matured, I realized that my work was not nearly as good as I had once thought. In fact, I understood ultimately that my father had received and used my gift not because of its goodness, but out of his goodness. In a similar way, our Heavenly Father receives our gifts. Not so much because they deserve his love, but because he is love. Isn't that neat? That means that you and I, when we give an offer to God, do so with a willing heart. It's taken in granted. God bless you. Have a day. Good day.